What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It's Mr. Pringles the Barber, a.k.a. Alwayzkuttn said, Honcho, I am him, not them. I am him, not them. Hey, man, we got Case in here. Case got something he want to get off his chest. He got something he want to talk about. He got a good topic, man. You know. All right. I'm gonna let Case get in here and go ahead and steer this Ferrari, man. It's 22 Ferrari, right?
Man, it ain't on my test. It ain't on my test, baby, because
Case got something he want to talk about.
Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all already know, man. Case cuts. Catch a case. Case acts a rod. Case born fame. Shit. Just in case.
Just in case you ain't know, I am him, not them.
I'm seeing numbers, I must be the one. Rain Man, yeah, they think that I'm dumb. I don't care. Let them think what they want. I don't do it for them. I do it for fun. To buy your way in, cause the arm and the leg. So I run it up like the money upstairs. I'm just getting started, I hope they prepared. They counted me out, so they counted me in.
I am him, not them.
Exactly.
Yeah, just in case you ain't know.
Nah, we got Mother's Day coming up this weekend here. Mm-hmm. I saw a post earlier that said, you know, if you dating a woman with children that aren't yours, should you be required to treat her to Mother's Day or get her something for Mother's Day?
So
now, to me, the question is kind of vague because we literally don't know how long they've been dating. We don't know.
So we're gonna get more clarification then. So are we referring to the person that's dating somebody that just started dating? Like, we're gonna put a time frame on it. Let's say 2 months. Is that a good range? About 2 to 6 months?
Whatever.
Oh, matter of fact, we'll do 2 to 6 months and 2 to 6 years. So you got 2 questions. Is a man obligated to?
That's easy.
Is he obligated to get her something for Mother's Day? Like, basically celebrate, I guess you would say. These are not his kids.
First of all, me. It's on me.
Yeah, do your thing.
First of all, to me, required. No, we're not required to do anything. Those might be her requirements, but he's not required to do that.
Okay.
I think when dealing in any of those situations, even if we're dealing with role reversal and you were a single father and a woman accepted you and your children, know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. That's a blessing. Because it's not, I think as a culture, we're trying to make it typical, but it's not typical. Mm-hmm. We've turned, just like murder, everything else, we can sit up and talk about a murder. You hear, old boy got hit like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Because we normalized it. We've also normalized single parenthood, single motherhood. Okay. We normalize teen pregnancy. And at the end of the day, ain't none of that shit cool. None of it. It's not cool. So you should be thankful to God that someone is willing to accept you and your children. Now, if we're talking about 2 to 6 months, no, he's not. The hell no, he's not required. He might have, honestly, 2 to 6 months. Why is he even really meeting your kids? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
now, okay. See, now that you said that, I agree with that. Like, you shouldn't be bringing your kids around somebody that you just been around for about 2 to 6 months because you don't know where that's going.
Okay, now 2 to 6 years. Why aren't Why isn't she married?
I don't agree with that one either, because 2 to 6 years, you got people that have been in a relationship, they've been engaged for 5 years.
Exactly, but why? That's my whole point. Why 2 to 6 years? Why? I mean, honestly,
I can speak on that because I'm not married and I've been in a relationship for a few years, and I've been in multiple relationships for a few years.
Do you plan on?
Yeah, I plan on marrying. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's different. Y'all have an understanding. Now, but if she's sitting in a relationship for 2 to 6 years, you know what I'm saying?
You can't really say that though, because at the same time, the woman that understands that she may be the one that get proposed to or married, that's in her head. So you can't really say like most women's goal is to be married. Their goal is to be married.
Listen to this though, bro. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's ass backwards either way. Because we out here, even as a man, we creating families without establishing that first. We ain't supposed to be figuring this out later.
It's easier, but it's easier said than done, though.
No, but it's not.
I'm gonna tell you why it's easier said than done, because
but it's not how it's supposed to go, though.
No, a lot of things you don't supposed to run red lights.
It's not.
You don't supposed to do a lot of things.
But these situations are why we in a lot of the other situations that we're in.
That, as far as Mother's Day gifts and jumping to get married, most men have been in multiple relationships and did not get married. If honestly, you're supposed to meet a woman before you have sex with her. You're supposed to be married.
Those long term though. I'm just saying. I feel like we've normalized everything backwards. We normalize having children before even talking about being married or being together. That's why a lot of people end up in relationships and they say, oh, this person changed. It didn't work out because this person changed. No, it didn't work out because you didn't even put the time to see what type of person they were in the first place. Know what I'm saying? You never supposed to be having kids before y'all came, you know what I mean, to that understanding, before y'all signed that, because that marriage is a contract, bro. Do you know, as a man, if you and your woman break up, as a man, you don't even have rights to your children. You have to go downtown and apply for rights if you're not married.
Now listen to this. I got kids. I ain't been married.
I get it.
And I understand that if you're not married, you got to go do that. Automatically, the rights are given to the moms.
Right.
However, sex became recreational. That's why a condom came out.
Definitely.
So that right there, it's not as easy it's easy for a man to say you're just supposed to get married if you were married. You're not married, and you're not in a relationship.
But it's a lot of know why? Because I'm responsible. Because I'm responsible, bro.
Listen.
I've been responsible. So anybody can be mad at that or hate on that, whatever. I've been responsible. It ain't because I can't have none or because
no, that ain't even the kids, just a relationship, period. You've been in a relationship with a woman more than a month, I would think, and you didn't marry her.
And when I realized that they not the one I'm going to marry or be with, it's why waste my time?
That's what I'm saying. So everybody has their time frame on realizing who they want to marry, because people evolve and change.
I get it, bro. Yeah. But all I'm saying, just overall, we need to stop making babies, bro, with people that we don't intend to.
You don't know that. You don't know.
We don't.
You don't know. You don't know. All you doing is experiencing people. People experience people. People ain't gonna be here.
How was it working back in the day, bro? How was it working? Because they wasn't having kids until they was married.
Who you talking about, man? Back in the day, they had more kids than we had.
They was married though. They was married.
Today, married and then married is two different things. It go all the way to the music. The music back then, it wasn't so direct. Things were a little bit more. Yeah, everything was mild. Everything was mild. Now everything is lit.
It's not a good thing though. That's part of the reason why we ended up out here. And then, I mean, let's just be real. Women are the gatekeepers to life. So they're making these decisions to bring a lot of these children in the world in terrible circumstances. A lot of them to keep a guy, a nigga, whatever you want to say. You know what I mean? It's a million different reasons, but all of them ain't doing it because they want a baby. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of keep. It's a lot of keeping niggas.
Ain't nobody laying down and agreeing. Hey, let's make children, even if they ain't married. Ain't nobody saying let's make children. They just making them.
Yeah, it's a lot of kids.
That's why a lot of our children are at an unfair advantage, man. Because they've been being brought into this world from the beginning, knowing that they're gonna have one parent, if that.
It wouldn't make a difference if you jumped and got married or not, because if you really want to be technical, back in the day, it was not a marriage. It wasn't a contract. It wasn't any paperwork.
But it's a contract. Either way, it's a contract. If these women get married,
mm-hmm.
If these women get married,
government wise, if they get married, there's no having to go to child support, no nothing. That's already established that he has to take. I also believe in, while we're talking about that, I also believe in, and I think they should pass a law, mandatory paternity tests. Mandatory paternity tests. I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that much.
At on site, like mandatory paternity tests. And also, just like you've been seeing this court case in the Supreme Court about the abortion laws and all of that.
Mm-hmm. No, what they saying?
Well, they trying to stop it or whatever, the women's free rights to have.
I don't agree with that.
I believe a woman does have free rights.
A woman does have free rights.
But I also believe that a man should have free rights to decide if he wanted or not. And no, let me tell you in a way though, because they say, well, it take two, right?
They do say that.
Obviously, we both make a mistake. We both lay down, make a mistake. Those are the first mistakes made by both of us.
Correct.
Now you give her to the advantage to decide to keep it or not to keep it. So she could say, I'm not keeping it, and I could want it. And vice versa. So why am I not able to say, hey,
you know,
we
why?
had an understanding that I didn't want children from the first. Why can't I
you know why?
Financial responsibility?
You can't, because the same reason why you said that if y'all break up, the kid goes with the mom automatically. Automatically, the woman has rights, period, over everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the system is broke, because it's unfair.
I agree with that.
Out of all the double standards that we talk about and women talk about, oh, y'all get the da-da-da-da-da. It's a lot. That's a big one right there.
Most men don't want to have it. A lot
of them, they not doing it one time. They not making that mistake one time. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? I know it's a lot of people gonna feel some type of way about me because they're in that position. But at the same time, women control sex, man.
Women
know what I'm saying? Sex. You ain't gotta lay down with these men, and obviously, and then they get mad when I've noticed that a lot of women try to make it a like, if you don't accept me and my kids, then you ain't no real man. What type of shit is that?
Hold up. Time out.
You ever heard that?
I'm going to tell you this. A grown woman and a grown man, if a man has custody of his kids, if a woman has custody of her kids, when you go out looking for somebody to date, at that stage in your life, you are looking for a stepfather or a stepmom. You have to. The kid has to be a part of that now. Like,
I get it. I get that. You ain't let me finish. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying if a woman, you're a single guy, right?
Yeah.
And a woman is shooting at you and she has children, and you decline on her. You choose to decline and say, no, I don't. That's not what I'm looking for. There are some women who get upset and say, first thing they're gonna do is go for your manhood. First of all, that's damn near all of the the juggler for them. You know what I mean? So they gonna go for that, and they gonna say, you ain't no real nigga because you don't want to accept me. And you know what I'm saying? He has, at this point, he has options. I can't even see you, bro. He got options. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not what he's looking for, then it's within all of his rights to go. But I think that it's this narrative being created that if you choose to not accept that, then you not a real nigga. Know what I'm saying? Or it take a real nigga to do that. No, there's plenty of real niggas who ain't with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. You should date someone. If you accept that, fine. I have in the past. You know what I'm saying? And if you accept that, fine. But if you don't, there should not be any backlash either, because that's not what you're looking for. That's not what you want to accept. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to accept you ain't got no choice in that situation. I mean, because even though you might be in a situation where you might be in, it might be a sexual situation.
You're not hearing what I'm saying though, bro. I'm not saying that I want this woman and I'm telling her I'm not accepting your children. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that I'm not accepting the situation, period.
You're not accepting you're not accepting a woman with kids?
Yeah. If I'm saying that, if I'm a guy saying that, then I shouldn't be held over the fire, because that's not what I'm looking for.
Held over the fire, and meaning what though? Like what is the fire? What is the fire? You saying back to the mothers they give?
Bro, you know, you ever seen, you see how women talk about like how niggas try to holler at them and they turn them down, and the niggas be like, fuck you then, bitch, type shit. There are women like that who, when you say I'm good on that situation, they get hostile like that too. They don't like that type of rejection. Know what I'm saying? They might want you. They look at a motherfucker like me. If I felt that way, if I said, nah, I don't fuck with chicks with kids, they look at me like, you know what I mean? It's chicks that'll come out a hoe ass nigga and disrespect you and everything. Know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I accepted her and she happened to have kids and I was like, no, I ain't taking you and your kids. Like, you know what I mean? I understand that. I don't even like to use the word package deal, because ain't no deal in that shit. Like,
so if you meet a woman and she got kids, what's your initial, like, what are you looking for then? Like what's your position from that point? Like, you meet a woman today, she got kids, you was feeling her.
Me personally?
Yeah, you personally.
I'm gonna count first. I'm doing a roll call, nigga, because as a man, this shit about to hit my pockets. Know what I'm saying?
Now, at the age we are right now, what's the chances of you finding a woman that doesn't have kids?
It's a lot of them.
Nah, I ain't say it's a lot of them. I said, what's the chances of you finding a woman that doesn't have kids?
It's a great chance.
It's not a great chance.
Yeah,
Because then you need these things you got to question. Like, you meet a woman that you meet a woman.
The thing about a man is a man can date up or down, or
that's facts.
Or
facts.
I can date a woman whose children are older and out of the picture.
Okay, but we talking about somebody that got kids.
I understand that. So yeah. I still have more options, is what I'm saying.
No. You found a loophole. You found a loophole. It's option. You have options, but I'm saying, as far as the masses of women our age, a woman our age is going to have. But that's what I'm
saying. I wouldn't necessarily be looking for a woman my age.
What you looking for? Like a 20?
I could date up or down.
What's down? Well, how far down you going? Because
there's
women
a lot
start
of
having
women without kids. No, not no baby, but you know what I'm saying.
The chances
I go down 10 of them.
10 of them, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now look, if you meet a woman that's at that age, 9 times out of 10, she's probably not gonna be having no kids. If a woman don't have no kids by 35, I mean, at that point, she's probably not going to have a kid.
That might be fine for me. I'm the type of person, me personally, I'm not, I've always been like, the situation with that, I've always put that in God's hand. If I'm intended to have them, I will. Yeah, I don't care if I'm 65. If I'm intended to have them, I will. If not, I'm gonna live with that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing the, but what I won't do is be irresponsible or let the world pressure me
into what?
Into doing that because it's what everybody else doing, or it's what everybody else doing.
Pressure as far as what? What is pressure?
No, just like our women. You a certain age, you supposed to have kids, or you supposed to. I'm not, man. I'm supposed to only do me.
It depends on how you look at the world, though. Like when you look at the world, it ain't just about the money part and being successful. Though your objective is to come here and to make people, to produce.
Correct.
That's what we was
responsibly though.
Okay, now
I won't do it irresponsibly.
Now, as far as irresponsibly, at our age, if you don't have a kid, it's not no irresponsible to it, except if you get to the point where you like, okay, you just doing this shit just to do it, and you're not gonna be with the woman, and y'all ain't agreed.
How many cats I know like that though? Who pop them? Who, you know what I mean? I know more men who have children who don't take care of their children or aren't in their children's life than I know men that do.
I at one point I did agree with that, but it seemed like it's starting to balance out a little bit. But I
know a lot who do also, and I hold, you know what I mean, I hold those guys in high regard. But I also know a lot who just have babies that have babies. You know what I mean? I know some who you ask them when the last time they don't know their kids' sizes and all of that.
I don't think them niggas is actually had kids to have kids. I think they just was fucking, and that happened. Yeah. And they just niggas don't look at kids. Every dude don't look at kid the same way. Like that's you.
And a woman with a lot of kids, when she tell me, when I hear her say she got options, that's kind of the first thing I think of. Like,
she don't got options.
You got niggas who want to fuck. Know what I'm saying? You got niggas who want to fuck, but it ain't too many niggas out there. If you got 3 or 4 kids, it ain't too many niggas out there trying to wife that up. And that's just for real, for real. And they say, oh, I had mad niggas propose to me. Yeah, I know some niggas that'll say anything to fuck. They will go to extreme limits.
But a nigga say that to a woman that ain't got kids. A nigga trying to fuck either way it go.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It ain't got nothing to do with your kids, because you got people that they're gonna come across, and you got people that actually like kids. You got niggas that like kids that can't have kids, so they cool with you having.
I like children. I like children, but it got to be a right situation for me. You know what I'm saying?
What's the right situation for a woman to have 4 kids for you to stick around?
For me?
Yeah.
Whew, I don't know, bro. I don't know what that look like.
Now, but this is the thing though, if you had kids, then it'd be more understandable. Like, yeah, now we got this together.
And
like,
it'd be now we got 8 of these motherfuckers. Yeah, but now we got 7. And that's for some people. It ain't for me, my nigga. Know what I'm saying?
So your idle woman that you would be looking for right now. Now, this is about Mother's Day though. Hold up. This is about Mother's Day.
I'm on some dead serious. Yeah. I would be okay. Probably 1 or 2 children. Know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Father all the way out the way. Preferably one father. You know what I mean? Least amount of father. It would depend on the situation, man, and comfortability. You know what I mean? Because a lot come with that shit, bro.
You do better with a woman that has 1 kid's father than you would do with multiple kids' fathers.
Oh, yes.
That's so, because it's not going, the amount of kids, unless she just got a kid that's like, you meet her and she got like a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old.
Ooh.
At that time, you know that the dad is still fishing around somewhere.
Man,
he's still in the water.
Have to be long gone, because I mean, if me and her is talking long term and we planning long term, that's me planning out 18 years, just like it's mine. If it's that small, if the child is that small, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you kind of get to, you know, if the father is completely out the way, then you could step in.
At 1 or 2, the father ain't completely out of the way.
And be that, I couldn't do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, that's too close. Yeah, that's like right next door.
Unless he dead. You know,
I mean, yeah, or he in another state. Yeah, you got those type of situations.
Yeah, that's common.
Now, the question, though, is you meet this woman, you've been talking to her for 2 months, May 7th come, it's Mother's Day. Are you getting up calling, like, when you call her, like, oh, yeah, happy Mother's Day? Are you going to keep moving as it's just a regular day? No card, no nothing. Like,
I probably, I don't know. It would depend where we at in
2 months. You just been there around 2 months.
I know, but I don't even know. I'm probably haven't even seen her and how she interacts with her children. Know what I'm saying? She can be a terrible fucking mother. Okay.
You
know what I'm saying?
All right. So let's say a year then. Let's give it a year. Because at a year, you probably would meet somebody's kids by then. You've been talking to her for a year.
At a year, I probably definitely would. You know what I'm saying? Because at a year, you probably know the kids. Y'all probably done went out. Y'all probably done. You done seen by the time a year. You know what I mean? You done seen some. You done seen some. That's why it killed me. I didn't dated a woman before who she was stuck on. First of all, she didn't want to have sex until she was married, and she didn't want nobody meeting her children until she was married. So I'm like, those are two big things, but also you could be a terrible mom. How do I know that why would I marry you and don't even know your parenting, That's what I was saying.
That's what I was saying when you said something about as far as people not just jumping to get married. You don't know who you're actually dealing with because you're meeting somebody's representative when you meet somebody. You're not. It takes time before that barrier breaks down and you start to see who you're dealing with.
And that's why you shouldn't be fucking raw and having babies until you.
I mean, if that's the case, you shouldn't be fucking period because you're still exchanging something.
I know shit happened, but
yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean,
that's kind of like how it's supposed to go. That's kind of like that's what I'm saying. We so used to doing it the other way that's what it is now. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of the ways that
I think I'm kind of old school in that fashion, bro. Like I always prided myself in kind of like how I grew up, you know, broken home and all the trials and tribulations I've been through. I said, if I have children by a woman, I want to be able to tell my child that we were in love and they were made out of love. And you know what I'm saying? Not just I don't want to be one of them niggas like, yeah, she came and I had to take a DNA and shit, we met at the club and went home. I ain't never want to be like that, man. I wanted to be, even if it don't work out, I would still be able to tell my child, like, we had a real relationship and you came from that. You came from love. We had a real relationship. Not none of that shit. I found out I was the dad. Then it came back. She said another nigga was the dad. We had to take tests. Man, come on, man. All of that shit, that ain't what I want to do, man. And,
I understand that.
I ain't knocking anybody else who... You know, situation.
I completely understand that. I just know that we really can't. You could try to compare yesterday to today. People are way more accessible today. It's a lot of shit that go on today that went on back in the day, just because of the accessibility.
Right, I get it. I'm just saying. We was talking about me personally, so that's just how I'm approaching it. And guess what? If it never happened, I'm fine with that too.
I mean, it depends.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I'm fine with that too.
It's hard for you probably to go to meet that level if you got a lot of things, stimulations that you living by. Like, okay, you can't have this, or you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have this many kids, you got this and that, this and that.
Oh yeah,
So you really
I think it ain't no whole bunch of stipulations. I'm just not interested in. I'm not interested in taking care of a whole bunch of somebody else's kids.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not. I don't have a whole bunch of stipulations outside of that. Shit, that's it. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they to the point where they can take care of themselves, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to build a legacy for mine. Know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build a legacy for mine, and you know, I can, like I said, I can appreciate anybody else's situation. That's their situation. But
I mean, I get what I understand. You ain't got no kids. So without kids, it is kind of hard for you to step into something and like for real, you would really have to like kids. Like some people really like kids a lot. So
I do really like kids. I just don't.
You like kids mediocre. You like in between, in the middle. You like gray area.
No, you don't see me online. I always got my nieces and nephews, and I love kids.
But bro, you can get those kids back.
Exactly.
We talking about your woman kids. Your
exactly.
Kids. If your woman got kids.
I ain't been in no situation where I bonded with a woman and her kids like that. But if that were to happen, then yes, I would accept that if it was the right situation.
What got to be the right situation for you to accept a woman that got a 5-year-old and an 11-year-old?
First of all, the situation got to be solid with her.
Go ahead. Example.
The situation got to be solid with her. Everything with me and her. Know what I'm saying?
But what do you consider solid though?
And then preferably the kid. I mean, we're aligned. We're aligned. We got the same goals and everything in mind. We're aligned. Know what I'm saying? And then, I mean,
I just know
if she coming with a child, I accept that child. If I accept that, I don't accept anything. I think you might know that by now. You know me a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't accept anything or commit to anything and not give it my all.
Mm-hmm.
So if I commit to her, then I commit to her child, hopefully.
If you commit to her, you ain't got no choice but to commit to her child. You can't have one without the other when a woman got a kid.
Exactly.
Or a man got a kid.
So I would understand that in the right situation for me. You know what I'm saying? But if it ain't the right situation, then I'm not gonna commit to it, bro. If you hit me up and said, "Hey, bro, let's go here" or whatever, and I wasn't sure, I ain't gonna be like, okay, if I ain't sure. I'm not going to commit to something that I'm on the fence about. Can I do it or not? Because me personally, I know when I commit, I'm locked in.
I don't see it being like, I think us as people, sometimes we might get, when we look at things like to be in line,
mm-hmm.
You always going to meet somebody that it's gonna be a part of them that's out of line. You'll never meet the person. Yeah,
I understand that it's gonna be parts of me that's out of line for somebody. But when you know what I mean, it works. We willing to accept that with each other and willing to move forward is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna be a lot of people might see this and they be like, he out his mind, or he whatever they're gonna say about me. But they're not in my situation. Their situation is the popular situation. So, yeah, I'm always going to be, somebody like me is always going to be outnumbered or sound like I'm coming from left field. Know what I'm saying? But obviously their life, and they decided on what they wanted, and that's perfectly fine. They live in it. So I'm going to decide on mine, how I want to go about it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that situation. But we all off topic. But yeah, if I have been with her for a year, I've seen how she's interacted with her children. You know what I mean? I've seen that she handles her business as a mother. Yeah, I don't mind getting her. You know what I'm saying? If I'm with her, I don't mind getting nothing. But you're not required. If y'all dating, you're not necessarily required. You know what I'm saying? It's not a requirement. It might be by her. Me personally, I don't celebrate no holidays. No way, for real.
Yeah, I mean,
Only holiday I celebrate is my birthdays. I don't celebrate Christmas. There's nobody that ever see me online saying Merry Christmas or see me with gifts. None of that. So you never see me on saying gobble gobble Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate
gobble,
holidays,
gobble.
period. You know what I mean? So far as Valentine's Day, me personally, I feel like I'm the type of guy that do stuff off the cuff, whether it's Valentine's Day or not. So
I mean,
Valentine's Day wouldn't be nothing but for you to say that we doing the regular anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I mean that's cool, but still, when you got a woman that is Americanized, she's still gonna want something on Valentine's Day.
I don't get into that. We could do it the day after or the day before or something like that. I don't get into that. I don't do holidays.
See, so that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have a lot that right there. When in a relationship at that point, it ain't just about what you want. At the same time, you're supposed to be about what they want too. So if you got,
I get it, yeah. And they can get it on the 13th or the 15th. Hell, you mean? What's really gonna be the difference, bro?
Man,
what's gonna be the difference?
I mean, it's just gonna be about her. It's not gonna be about you. It's gonna be about her because you got to be able to get her. Now you at a situation where you talking about molding somebody. Because
now we talk, yeah. I mean, that's just like if you got religious views, bro. There's stuff that I don't care what these are non-negotiables. Know what I mean? I'm not bending on my religious views or my religious stance. Know what I mean? Nor do I expect her to. I wouldn't try to take, if she Christian, I wouldn't try to turn her into a Muslim. Know what I'm saying? Or anything else. Mm-hmm. If that's what she is and that's what I accepted her as and that's what she stand on. Know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be non-negotiables when it comes to things like that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't celebrate holidays, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you start from a scratch though. You're a free man, you single, so you can go into a lot of situations that, you know what I mean, and set the precedence on what you accept.
I mean, I feel like they be coming up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
They are.
I feel like I'm the. I hate to say it.
Catch.
Whoever watching, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to feel that way though.
Yeah.
You're supposed to feel that way, but then,
because just like you said, they're not gonna. I mean, they're gonna find too many niggas who name ain't ran through out here or ain't got no whole bunch of kids or no whole bunch of child support. Know what I mean? I ain't got no student loans. I ain't got no child support. I ain't got no attachments, bro. Like you getting you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your situation that's just too sweet though.
But I don't celebrate holidays.
Yeah, you don't celebrate holidays. You know, she gonna have kids. They might be too young. It might be too many. She might be in debt a little bit. She might be smart as hell, but she in debt. She might be stupid, but ain't in debt. Got a lot of money.
You can work on that.
But it's a lot of. Yeah.
You could work on finances. That's something that can be worked on.
Yeah,
that's always something that can be worked on. That's not. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, some people better find. I mean. And I would tell myself that too. Find somebody to love the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? That's most important. Find somebody to love the shit out of you, man, because, you know, that's trying to keep up with all of the trendy shit and trying to be seen on social media and trying to relationship goes your way or Russell and Sierra your way into good relationships, man. Find somebody who fucking love you, man. And rock with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just too many worldly attachments out here that people is clinging on to. And that shit don't matter.
So have you had somebody that you felt like loved you like that much?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, when you
I didn't love somebody, it just didn't work out, bro. I ain't saying
you did. I ain't saying you didn't. But this leading up to something, because my question is, if you found that person, what's the longest of your relationships? Because if you notice, like in relationships, you can find somebody in the beginning and they can love the shit out of you, or you can love the shit out of them, and as time progresses, things change. Mm-hmm. Things change, and they gonna change, and they gonna go back, just like the seasons. It's winter, spring, summer. It keep going around. 1 minute it's gonna be good, 1 minute it ain't. 1 minute it's gonna be good, 1 minute it ain't. It's not going to be we in line all the time, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna make you jump from relationship to relationship.
Oh, most definitely. I understand that, and like I said, I done been in relationships. You know what I'm saying? So I know. It's not going to keep it honest, prison derailed, you know what I mean? A lot of things, you know what I'm saying? We know how that can make a situation stronger, or it could tear a situation, you know what I'm saying? Tear it all the way up. So, I mean, that's kind of like,
I was in a relationship when I went to prison, so I understand.
Yeah, it's kind of like what that was, you know what I'm saying? So,
that'll change you forever.
Got out, tried it again. It just didn't. You know what I mean?
It don't work the same.
Yeah, it was next day seafood. You know what I mean? It don't hit the same.
That comes because, like, when you separated and you apart, you're not actually growing. Like, people got to watch you grow, and you got to grow together at the same time. So if you over here locked up and she on the street, a lot of the times that's not going to work, because you going to be growing in there. She going to be growing out here, and she can end up growing towards somebody else. And then you get out, and now you trying to, that just ain't.
I done seen it. Yeah. We done seen the niggas come home and try to be, and I wasn't like that, bro. I wasn't trying to control nothing. I understood, and just, I done had a couple long distance. That shit don't work.
No, long distance don't work.
That don't work.
Long distance.
At all. Somebody who's they're cemented where they're at. Mm-hmm. You cemented where you at, building, and ain't nobody budging. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It didn't get to the point where the risk would be worth the reward. You know what I'm saying? So it just don't work. You try to, people try to force that shit. But nah.
I feel like, all in all, I just feel like we are meant to. Ain't nobody that you will be with you forever. So I feel like we are really just put here to experience things, people, scenarios. Everything is an experience. Just like people coming to the barbershop, they coming in for an experience. They get a cut and the experience, and they gonna leave. And they gonna come back, and they gonna leave, and you gonna get new people.
Before we even move on from the situation, I understand life and life cycles and how life works and how God works. So I'm also gonna add that I'm not gonna never sit here and say never say never. Know what I'm saying?
I don't never say
never. Because God might put somebody in my life and they might have 10 fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? What I am going to say is that's not the ideal situation.
God going to put somebody in your life that has 10 kids and you're going to run. Gucci, what's happening? Michaela, what's happening?
Mike, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, and then now you got to ask. Then we back to
who's ready, but bro, though,
nobody is ready for.
I was about to say, hold up. And that's a situation that I ran into, because people with children, it seems so easy for somebody to just accept that. it's easy for somebody with children to say, well, why don't you just, you know what I'm saying? It's for somebody who doesn't have them, that shit is fucking terrifying, bro.
I mean,
that shit is terrifying, bro. When it ain't yours, neither, and you don't, that shit terrifying, bro.
Man,
don't let it come with multiple baby dads, come with all type of shit, and you're not used to this situation, period.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. That could be terrifying because you wake up every day, it's just you.
Exactly,
just
bro. So it's not nothing like what people just think that you just moonwalk into the situation and just accept it and everything. No, that's a hell of a fucking adjustment, bro.
Yeah.
That's a hell of an adjustment.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's more easier for women because 9 out of 10, the father doesn't have the children full time.
Exactly.
So it's easier for women, but for a man to go into that situation, that shit is not just a piece of cake or just an overnight decision. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that.
But do know that that's how it's packaged like that.
Yeah, I know that.
It's packaged like that.
I also know that I can accept it or I cannot accept it, and I shouldn't be judged for either or. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a personal choice. That's your personal.
Yeah, people got preferences. You know what I mean? I'm short. Shit, some women don't like short niggas, and that's their preference. You know what I'm saying?
But they might.
I ain't
feel
the type of nigga to get mad.
You short, so you gonna be coming across helping me take care of these 10 kids. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nah. Tell taking care of the kids.
I think people underestimate how much money it takes to take care of that many damn kids. And then you want me to take care of you on top of it. So that's you plus that's 11.
People don't underestimate that shit. They understand.
I don't make that much money, bro. I ain't broke, but I don't make 10 kids money, else I would have 10 kids. I don't make 10
kids money.
Shit.
I don't make 10 kids money.
Hell no, I don't make 10 kids money.
I understand. And then another thing with that, it ain't just the money part. It's the time part. It's hard to be there for all those kids, especially if you ain't got all those kids in the same place and balance that time out.
And especially if the kids connect with you differently. Know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you got to think about that come into play. Discipline. You know what I'm saying? Am I allowed to talk to him? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that has to be taken into consideration, bro. A lot of stuff, especially for a man. If I'm paying these motherfucking bills up in here and I'm putting clothes on your back, food in your stuff, and I ain't allowed to say nothing. It's kind of it ain't even
you ain't even gonna be in a situation whether you're allowed. It's a situation to where it's gonna be up to you to set the. You're gonna find out. You're gonna have to jump out there to see if you're allowed to say something because you ain't gonna ask it. You ain't gonna ask. You should be allowed to say something, but you're gonna say something. But the way you treat your kids and the way you treat somebody else's kids is still gonna be different. Because you might come at your kid like, oh yeah, I'm about to whoop your ass. You ain't just about to you're not gonna come at nobody else's kid like that. And then
it depends if you've been raising them since they've been shit. You might look at it like, you know,
you still even if you've been raising them, it's still gonna feel awkward than it being your kid. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you ain't gonna want to see nobody beating on your kid.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I have no clue, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking of scenarios because that shit can
it can get sometimes it could be frustrating.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That could be a frustrating situation because you want to handle it one way, and you a man, and the man is usually the disciplinary in the household. Right. So now you got to be able to find the right angle to come at to make sure this is taken care of. And and vice versa. Some people don't even like kids. So then you get in a relationship with somebody that really don't like kids, but they might only like they only like their kids, but they just not a kid friendly person. So now it might not be nothing against your kid. They might just be like, damn, I gotta deal with this shit inside. But I've been there
like that.
Yeah, inside.
Like that. Like my father had girlfriends and stuff like that, and some of them didn't like kids and beat our ass and fucked them. You know what I mean? I done seen a lot of shit. It's a reason why I approach my life in general, the way I do. You know what I'm saying? Because of a lot of different past situations that's, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily holding me back from anything in this world, but I do consider those situations, you know what I mean? When just maneuvering through life, I do still consider those situations. It's like if you in a relationship and a female cheat on you, right? Mm-hmm. You can't hold every other situation that come along. You don't want to put that energy out there like all women cheat or hold her to the, you know what I mean, to what somebody else did. But you still got it in the back of your mind. You still watch.
That's because we naturally download. So you can't. Right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The things I've been through in life,
you can't erase those.
They still there. Yeah. They still there. I don't walk through life with a blaming in certain situations on everything and blah blah blah. But you know, I'm conscious of it. Yeah. I'm conscious of those situations. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Case gonna do a post and it's gonna say Happy Mother's Day to all the women. So y'all be looking for that post.
I don't celebrate those, so I ain't give y'all nothing.
It's more of a genuine thing, you know. Just it's a day for them.
I love my mom. I get her something on. I get my mom something on.
I don't even look at it like a celebration. It just would be more of I guess you would just be celebrating the Mother Earth.
Right.
Yeah, right. Because without them, it wouldn't be none of us. So, and vice versa.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All of these made up, these pagan
holidays. Yeah, I understand. I agree.
I do that every day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, me and my mom, you know, we ain't always had the best relationship and stuff. I ain't necessarily grow up with my mom, but shit, we talk damn near every day or text or message or something there. You know what I mean? Just like, I don't know, man. I try to show her that somebody love her every day, you know. So I don't think she feel like she even needs it.
Tell her Happy Mother's Day right now. This is where it's the time before we get up out of here, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she already know. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
May 3rd.
But this would be ready for this. We have some pieces out of this for May 7th for Mother's Day. But yeah, man,
they gonna kill me. You already know they gonna try to crucify. Okay, that's okay.
Hey,
they gonna say he hate women. He must be he like what he want a nigga. What he want?
Oh shit! What
period. He want a nigga. all that good shit. Nah, I love women. Love women. I just don't want the bullshit, man. You know?
Yeah, man, we about to get out of here. Case ass crazy. Hey, man, y'all have a good night. Happy Mother's Day. It's Mr. Pringles the Barber, a.k.a. Alwayzkuttn's head honcho. I am him, not them. I am him, not them. Got Case.
It's just different. Real different.
Out.
Why nigga?